Welcome to Slug Disco vlog number 6, and therefore very nearly a year of making these vlogs. Welcome to all the new community members who have joined us because of Empires of the Undergrowth's daily deal feature on Steam. Thank you for joining us. Bit of a more compressed vlog this time round. We've got a map competition and some changes to the difficulty selection process for Empires of the Undergrowth coming up to discuss. But before we get to Empires of the Undergrowth, I'll just pass you briefly over to Dan, who's going to briefly talk about our other 3 in-development publishing projects.
Hello, Dan here with some information about our published games here at Slug Disco. Okay, so first up is Ecosystem, which is just finishing up a open beta for the combat update. I just want to thank everyone who's taken part and provided feedback for this update. It's quite a big update. It kind of touches a lot of the systems in the game, hence the extended open beta, but we're getting very close to putting that onto the main branch now. This update brings a new combat layer to the marine simulation, and that kind of affects the way creatures interact with each other, as well as how they evolve in their environment. So be sure to keep an eye on socials if you're interested in that. Next up we have Horticular, which I'm very excited to say is part of the Indie Arena booth this year at Gamescom, where myself and others from the Slug Disco team, along with solo developer Robert, will be demoing the latest version of the game and gathering lots of player feedback. If you're attending, please come and say hello and have a play of the game. Finally, Ecosystem, Horticular and Adapt will be at Tokyo Game Show next month. And we hope to have the next demo update for Adapt ready in time for this, which will introduce the new objective system to the game, which we have spoken about very briefly previously. But yeah, lots of exciting things ahead of us. That's all for this update. I should probably start packing for Gamescom now.
Thank you, Dan. So, on to Empires of the Undergrowth now. So, firstly, the game recently appeared on GeForce NOW, which I know has been a request for quite a while now. Thanks to the guys at NVIDIA for getting that sorted, and obviously to Hooded Horse for getting that all organised for us. So anyone who'd like to play the game via a streaming service, GeForce NOW is definitely the way to do it. So I mentioned earlier on about Gamescom. The Slug Disco team are going to be there in Cologne in Germany over the next few days. If you're at Gamescom, please come and say hello. We'll be at the Hooded Horse booth with Empires of the Undergrowth, and also we'll be in the Indie Game Arena booth, along with Robert, who's the developer of Horticular. So if you'd like to play some as yet unreleased content for Horticular, then there's the place to do it. And just come and chat with us about Empires of the Undergrowth. If you're around in the area, it'd be lovely to see you. So apart from Tier 5 stuff, which I can't talk about, what have we been working on Empires for the past few weeks? Well, we've had a bit of an overhaul of the difficulty system. I'm not referring here to the already released campaign rebalance. What I am referring to here is literally a change to the difficulty selection that will be coming in the next update. Basically, we thought it was time to kind of reiterate how difficult what is currently called insane difficulty is, and also give a little more resolution in options for other difficulty settings. So as things stand currently in Empires of the Undergrowth, we've got easy, medium, hard, and then insane, but the new scale will go easy, medium, hard, and extreme, and then beyond extreme there will be the newly renamed impossible difficulty setting, which will be the same difficulty as what is currently called insane. There are multitudes of reasons for this. Lots of people find the current difficulty gradient a little difficult and not very linear, so part of it is for reasons of making that a bit smoother. Easy difficulty will be easier than it currently is, with more abundant food available, and as you can see from the handy chart, things should scale a bit more linearly here. And we feel that by calling the highest difficulty impossible, we're really pressing home that you shouldn't be playing that on a first or even second playthrough. We do definitely think it's our fault that people just jump into the higher difficulties and then get upset when they can't complete them. But by giving better gradation of difficulty and then one final very challenging difficulty, we think we should address this problem. They're with testers at the moment, so we'll be getting some immediate feedback, but we're very much looking forward to hearing all of your thoughts too. As you'll have hopefully seen if you follow us on YouTube, we are currently running a map contest for Empires of the Undergrowth. It's high time that we added some more free play or custom game maps to the game, and we thought it'd be a nice idea to implement some ideas for the community. There's a whole video that John and I did about this, linked down below or up in the top corner if I can work out how to do that, which goes over all of the details of how to send us your idea. We'll be choosing our favourite idea, we might do something like a live stream to judge them, and it will become a fully fledged custom game map in Empires of the Undergrowth. Final entrance for that is the 1st of September, so get your crayons out. And that's Vlog 6 done. Told you it was going to be shorter and sweeter, didn't I? Newsletter in September, when we're all back from Gamescom. Plenty more to discuss, but I think I'd rather type out some words than ad-lib to a camera for those. Thanks very much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye! Welcome to all the new community members who have joined us because of the Steam... Welcome to all the new community members who have joined us because of Empires of the Undergrowth's... Because of Empires of the Undergrowth's Daily Dev... Joined us because of Empires featuring